Hello, wonderful viewers outside there. Welcome to the Youth Arise chat line. Thanks for joining us today, being the 4th Tuesday in the month of January. We never take your time for granted, and we are glad to have you back in the studio today. My name is Pius Adaka Emmanuel, and with me in the studio today is my awesome friend, and I wish he introduce himself.
My name is Dixon Kwame Nanyako. Nice to be here.
Well, welcome one more time, Mr. Dixon.
Thank you.
To the Youth Arise chat line, and to our wonderful viewers outside there. We want to say thank you for joining Akaiso and Okala Femi for last week's wonderful show. It was really amazing, your contribution, your share, your comments, everything on the show was really, really thrilling, and we really celebrate you. We give you thumbs up for that. Keep it rolling. Today's another time to share experience together. We are on the show today to give you a particular topic that is titled The Big Question. And I want to believe my friend is here ready with me to share with you a few experiences we have, and today we are going to be doing of more discussion together. We are going to learn together. We are going to reason together for what 2022 has for us. Let me tell you something quickly. For whatever you think you achieved last year, for whatever you think you have achieved now, I want to tell you there's better, and even the best is here waiting you. So today's show is to give you a tip of what you need to do to becoming the best of the version God has made you to be. Secondly, why are you where you are now? What are you doing where you are now? And what should you do to progress to the next level? That is why we are here on the show today, to relate to you what we have with you. Mr. Dixon, all right, on this show today, I want to quickly share with our people outside there, and I want us to start with this. We are looking into the big question, why? All right, I want us to look at it from this angle.
Okay.
Many people today, they feel satisfied, with what they have. I'm working between 9 to 5, earning this and that, and I'm into this, I'm into that, and I'm satisfied, I'm really convenient with that. And to me, I want to personally tag that a comfort zone.
Yes, exactly.
So to you, what will you say a comfort zone is to you?
Okay, that is one thing that most people today are in. Most people are in their comfort zones. Now, comfort zone simply is a behavioral state within which a person operates in an anxiety-free condition, utilizing very limited resources or time. In other words, the person is so relaxed where they are, they have control over everything that has to do with them. When you are like that, they don't want to do anything that brings stress into their life.
They don't want to do anything that will bring stress, that will stress them.
So
that's the point.
Rather than go forward, they prefer to remain where they are. They are comfortable, and that is what we call the comfort zone.
The comfort zone.
Yes.
Okay, our viewer outside there, I just want to be sincere with yourself, what stage you are at the end of this show. Because we are going to be dealing with at least 4 stages, 4 zones that man in life can definitely be. So you should just pick the zone you are now, if probably you are in the comfort zone or somewhere else. All right. In your own, how will you describe comfort zone as individual? Don't forget to like, to share, and to subscribe. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please, I want to give you just a few seconds to do that now. Put your thumb on that. And look for something, to enjoy the show today. All right, thank you, Mr. Dixon, for that. Comfort zone is a period when somebody don't like to be stretched.
Yes.
And okay, let me look at it from this angle. To me, I want to see it as a period when somebody has a doesn't want to take more risk.
Yes, risk.
Low risk. And one thing about not taking risk is you will have low turnout.
Exactly. Because it's like when you invest low cash, or it's like a banking system. When you invest very little, the turnout or the interest rate that comes is always going to be little. But when you invest big or you take big risk, you get big rewards. That's exactly how it's supposed to be. Definitely.
So a good number of people outside there today, they are already operating in their comfort zone.
Yeah.
Let's look, for instance, in the business world. Many people say, okay, this thing, I don't think I can invest much into it with this huge amount of money. What if I lose it? You understand now?
Yes,
I would like just go into this thing just like that. I think where I am now, earning this, I'm earning.
Yes.
So far, something is coming in at the end of the week, or probably in 2 weeks or a month. I think I'm satisfied. Than to venture into something greater. And honestly, this has really limited somebody outside there. Perhaps you watching us today, maybe that's really affecting you now. You feel you cannot do it, or no, I don't want to risk this. Let me tell you something. Even not taking risk is a problem.
Yes, it's also a risk on its own.
It's a risk on its own.
But that one does not even bring you any returns at all.
And if I thought it will even bring any return, it will be negative return.
Yes.
Because you sow nothing, you will get nothing. Or you sow little, you get little
exactly.
in return.
And the funny aspect of it is that people who do not take this risk, right? They end up looking at people who are taking risks and who are getting big returns, and they are like, they start creating this persona about other people. You did not take the risk. Somebody else took the risk, and that person is receiving the rewards, and you are there complaining about where you are, saying that it's good to be comfortable than to take risk. It is never good to be comfortable. The comfort zone is a very dangerous place to be, my brother.
It's a very, very dangerous zone to be. All right, I think our viewers there will have something to say on this. How will you describe the comfort zone, and what are some of the features that are attached to somebody being in the comfort zone? What are the limitations placed on somebody in the comfort zone? There are tentacles and there are areas that you can really diversify your influences. There are areas you can spread out your skills and your ability. But something is tying you down, telling you, no, I cannot try this new skill. I cannot try this new business. I am a teacher. How will I just try? Okay, how will I add this to my business? How could I add this to... No. 2022 doesn't give room for mediocrity. Understand that. 2022, if you are going to do better this year, you have to get stretched and take what I want to call calculated risk.
Yes.
Calculated risk.
Yes.
Because not all risks are worth taking. There's some risks that if you take them, you are left injured. So in 2022, diversifying the experience you have and the skill you have, and ensure that you make them become something that will vent you something in return.
Exactly. And what we are looking at tonight is targeted at growth.
Yes.
The big question is, why are people not growing? Why are people remaining stagnant? That is the big question today. You know, you look all around us, most people are not growing. And the people that are taking the risk, they end up taking the risk in the wrong place. Like my brother said, calculated risk. If you take the wrong kind of risk, you could even lose your life in the process. Okay, so my brother is going to talk about something very, very interesting. He's going to talk about the next zone. So just don't forget, like, share, write your opinion. Let me see the way you are. Blow up our chat line. Blow it up for us. Come on, brother, let me hear you.
All right, thank you, everybody. We have just dealt with the comfort zone, which a good number of people in the world today find themselves. The place of satisfaction, the place of contentment, the place of I don't want to go beyond this. All right, let us hear your view. In this second stage, I shall be looking into the fear zone. One of the things we should understand is fear has caged a good number of people into not becoming what they should really be. And quickly I will be looking into 3 features that make up people that fall under this fear zone. Perhaps I'm one of them, I don't know. Or perhaps even you watching us today, you are one of them. But the thing is that we want to try to find a balance. And what should take us out of the zone where you are? Are we being caged by fear? Fear of uncertainty, fear of unknown, fear of whatever. And I want to be looking at it in these 3 dimensions. The first one is low self-confidence. One of the things that has tied people down not to really explore who God has made them to be is low self-confidence. Quickly tell yourself, I can do more. Tell yourself, I can do more in 2022. Listen very well. Nobody believes in you until you believe in yourself. Nobody celebrates you until you celebrate yourself. Nobody will trust you with something bigger if you don't dare something bigger. Nobody will really give you something worth applauding and worth appreciating if you don't see yourself doing it. So one of the things that is causing people to be limited in life is fear and lack of self-confidence. So tell yourself in 2022, I can do it. Even in the scripture, it says that I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. So never allow low self-esteem to pull you down. People have talked whatever about you. I don't know, probably you have an experience over there that, in some times of the order, people have really talked down on you. You are a dullard, you are not beautiful, you are not handsome, and maybe because you are not beautiful, you cannot get a good spouse. Maybe because you are not handsome, you cannot get a beautiful lady. No, it goes beyond that. It's more of what is in your intellect. Or probably, you don't have a job for now, and people really talk down on you. No, that is, your life is far beyond that. Your destiny is far beyond that. You can do more than what you are called. And the second thing I want to quickly look into is another quality of those in the fear zone is they always find excuses. They always find excuse for not doing something. If you have people around you, or even probably you are the one, or even if I am the one, they always find reason for not doing something, especially better thing in life. Oh, what if I do it and this thing happen? I don't think I can do it because so thing is happening there. I don't think I can do it maybe because of the snow outside there. I cannot go to outside. Or probably I cannot, do anything. I want to sleep more. I want to do whatever more. No. 2022 is far more beyond that, and your destiny is very much important than the situation around you. So never take no for yes in this year. Never give excuse to doing whatever you ought to have done. Because they say that to whom much is given, much shall be required. You can never do outside the excuse you give. And the last one I want to really talk about before I hand over to my brother is, if probably you are the one being affected by what people are saying, listen very well. You are not who what people say you are. You are who, number one, who God says you are, and number two, who you declare yourself to be. So one of the qualities and the attribute of people in the fear zone is that they are limited to what people say they are. People call them failure and they really assume that they are failure. People call them, ugly, and they admit that they are ugly. People tag them hopeless and they really admit themselves to be hopeless. No. Until you see yourself outside the face and outside the board of which the world has put you, you may never go outside that zone. So I don't know, maybe you are operating in the fear zone. You are being limited by low self-esteem, or fear of what people are saying about you, or fear of what people will say about you. So 2022 is not a year to allow fear. So you outside there, our viewers, I just want you to share with us, how can someone overcome low self-esteem? That's the first I want to throw out there. People suffer this a lot, and how can we overcome this thing called low self-esteem? And number two question I would like you to just please share with us in the comment section is, how can you break yourself out of what people have talked down on you? I think it's still related to the first question, but we can make it together. So let's go as I welcome my brother to the third zone. Stay tuned.
All right. So my brother has said so many things. Well done. Now we've moved from the comfort zone. We've entered the fear zone. Now we are moving into the next zone. Now, once you overcome that fear, you stop giving excuses and all that, you end up in this particular zone I'm about to talk about. And it is called the learning zone. If you are out there, I want you to hashtag learning zone 2022. Just write it, hashtag learning zone 2022. Now, anybody who wants to grow or succeed, you have to go through that zone. That zone should be where you really love to be. Now, somebody may ask me this question: what is the learning zone? When we talk about the learning zone, it's simply put, the zone where existing skills are stretched, and it is the zone where new skills are acquired. I repeat, the learning zone is the zone where existing skills are stretched and then new skills are acquired. Why do you have to have your existing skills stretched? Why do you need to acquire new skills? Number one thing that happens in the learning zone is this. You face challenges. You deal with challenges and problems. There is this saying that problems know the end. You will face challenges and problems on daily, monthly, weekly, whatever. You are going to face challenges. Now, let me tell you this. In order for you to overcome these challenges, you need to learn new skills, or you need to stretch out the old ones you have. Example, if you have the skill of saving little and you meet a challenge where you are supposed to do something big, then you need to stretch out that skill of saving more in order for you to overcome that challenge or that you are facing that needs you to save big. So number one, you deal with challenges and problems. Challenges and problems. When you deal with challenges and problems, all these things will help you to do the number two. You acquire new skills. When you start dealing with these challenges, you start dealing with these problems, you acquire new skills. That is what is going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to acquire new skills. And as you are acquiring new skills, the existing ones will also be stretched. What do I mean by existing skills will be stretched? Simply put, you are going to upgrade yourself. You are going to simply just upgrade yourself. Now, for those of you who are technical, you really understand what it means to upgrade. Upgrade simply means improving on what is already there. You are adding new features to what is already there, and then you are making it better for it to work more efficiently. So the skills that you already have, you are only going to upgrade it. Example, I play football most of the time. This is what I do in football. In football, you have to continue going to training. And when you go to training, you have to continue doing so many things. You have to continue learning new things. What happens when you learn all these new things? You bring it into a game, you become phenomenal. I can just quote Cristiano Ronaldo or quote Lionel Messi, who have been head of the game for the past decade. They are wonderful because they continue to upgrade on what they already know how to do. So in order for you to learn new skills, you need to upgrade yourself. That is all. Then the last but not the least is that once you begin to acquire new skills, you begin to stretch the old skills you have, you are going to extend your comfort zone. Guess what? Your comfort zone becomes more extended. And once it becomes more extended, this is what happens. You start taking more risk. You take bigger risk, which is going to guarantee that you are going to get bigger returns. Now, look at your life. Are you taking bigger risk, or you are in the comfort zone, or you are in the fear zone? Whichever zone you find yourself in, it is for you to move on or to grow in order for you to reach the last zone that we are going to talk about next. Now, I want to bring my brother in, but I am going to read some comments as my brother is coming back in. Now, whoa, I love this. I love this. Keep it coming, guys. Keep it coming, guys. Okay, so I'm going to jump some few comments and go to some comments. It says, Emmanuel Akashi says, I celebrate you, sir. We celebrate you too, sir. Sandra says, I am here. Mr. Aremu says that take calculated risk. That is, he say #word. Stopeyemi says, I hear you, sir. Calculated risk. Opeyemi also says, I can do more. Definitely, ma. You can do more. Mr. Shegu says, I can do more in 2022. Paul Bamidele says, I can do it. Otinoloa Vivian says, I need to dare something bigger. Yes, so you have to, ma. You have to dare something bigger. Sister Shedi says, love. Adiwale Toromade says, no excuse 2022. #learning zone 2022. Adewale says that anything you do, people must have a negative say to it. So always do the positive you that pleases you. Adewale, thumbs up for this. Also go listen to Let Them See by King Sune Ade. We'll try that. Okay, now a zone where existing skills are stretched and new skills are achieved. That is the learning zone. I want to add new features this year. Madakaiso says, oh, I am not joking. No one can see me finish. Nobody will see you finish, sir. Nobody will see you finish. Adewale says, ordinary thing no fit me again. No. Extraordinary things I'm doing in 2022. Then Mimu Benjamin says, checkmating, low things, LOL things. Welcome back, Mr. Pius.
All right, thank you, Mr. Dixon Kwamina, for that wonderful exploration into the learning zone. People there, thanks for the comment. Thanks for the share. Let it keep coming. You are welcome to the last phase of today's show, which is tagged the growth zone. Moving from the comfort zone to the fear zone, from the fear zone to the learning zone, and what are the features that characterize the growth zone? All right, I want us to first look in this dimension. How will you describe the growth zone? At what stage can we say that somebody is growing? So what can we say? Mr. Dixon?
Okay, simply put, growth zone means, I'm just going to use the layman terms, growing up. Means growing up, maturity. I'm just going to use words that are similar to it. Maturity, growing up, advancing. That is what I'm going to call the growth zone. That is the zone where you advance or you mature.
Not being limited by situations.
No.
Not being affected by the circumstance and situation around you.
No, brother, you cannot. Once you've overcome fear, once you have gone through the learning phase, you are growing. Because remember, that learning zone says that new skills are acquired.
Definitely. New skills should be acquired. And I think that's one of the features of the learning zone. All right, quickly, we are going into the last phase, which is the growth zone. We shall quickly talk about a few things here. And to you, what do you think should be used to describe somebody that could be termed a learning, someone that is growing? How will you describe somebody that you say, oh, this person already is in the growth zone? We have looked at the feature of somebody in the comfort zone, in the fear zone, and in the learning zone. So how will you describe somebody in the growth zone? Quickly, we are looking at the first one, which is very, very important, Mr. Dixon, and that is finding purpose.
Word.
Outside there, how will you describe purpose? Somebody says purpose is the reason for existence.
Exactly.
The reason, the why you are alive.
Exactly.
You are not being born just because your mother wanted you to be born. No.
Exactly.
But the reason why God has really placed you here on earth, the reason why you are in that family, the reason why you are into that business, the reason why you are offering that course, the reason why you are in that particular field of study, the reason why. And don't forget, the topic of our show today is the big question, which is why.
Yes.
And here now we are bringing to the heights of the show. Why and why are we existing? The first thing is purpose. I said earlier that purpose means the reason behind your existence. So to every human being, your purpose in life is very quite different from my own purpose in life. Your purpose in life is different from your twin brother's purpose. Your purpose in life is quite different from what people think you can do. Your purpose is what God has made you to be. And one thing I realized is this. I think I was reading something of recent, and it says, if you can't find purpose, try find passion. Whatever gives you passion, from there you can easily discover your purpose. And I really look at it and dissect that statement. If you can't find your purpose easily, find what you have passion doing. This thing, I love doing it.
Exactly.
Perhaps that might be a thumbnail to you finding your purpose. Are you just somebody that, you just like to help people outside there? You can't just stand it when people are going through a tough situation. Even the least penny in your pocket, you want to give it out. If that is what drives you, if that is, what is motivating you to act, that might be your purpose to being blessing to outside there. That means your call might not only be for yourself alone. You are not only satisfied, being yourself alone, but you want to be for others. So what are we saying? In the growth zone, the growth zone is a zone that is defined by the level at which you find purpose, you are working by your purpose, and nothing is taking you outside your purpose. You are no longer being waved about by, oh, am I still in my purpose? Am I still really existing for what God has made me to exist? So you might ask yourself that question. Am I in the level that I think I have found purpose in life? And if not, I think this can be an eye-opener to you to ask yourself that question, what is my purpose in life? Over to you, Mr. Dixon, for the next one.
All right, so finding your purpose, that is in the growth zone. The next thing is, okay, I'm just going to go back to Sunday. In church, our pastor said something about on the business program, and he said, dream big. He said, dream big. And there's a song that says, dream big as the ocean. You understand? So my next step, or the next thing you find when you are in the growth zone, is that you live that dream. You are not only just going to dream big, but you have to live it.
Live it.
There are some people who dream and yet do not live that dream. If you don't live that dream, you've not grown. But when you find yourself living the exact thing that you dreamt about, then you are in the growth zone. Then you are growing up. So number one thing that you need to understand is this: do not dream little. For as a man thinketh, so
he is.
So he is.
Never
so
dream
if you
little.
Dream big, then you are going to live the dream that is a big dream. So if you are thinking about stores, start thinking about shopping malls. If you are thinking about taxis, start thinking about a transport company. You need to start dreaming bigger. Instead of transport company, own your own airport.
Definitely.
It's possible. It's possible to own airports.
Who tells it's not possible?
It's possible to own airports. It's possible to own all a fleet of cars and buses and planes and trains and everything. It's possible. It's possible to be the president of Turkey. It's very possible. Whatever you dream for, you will do it.
Mr. Dixon, it's possible to be the president of Turkey. Well, it's possible.
Maybe I am the next president in Turkey. You don't know, but it's very possible. So far as you can dream it, it is possible for you. So you need to dream big and live the dream. You need to live the dream. Over to you, Mr. Pius.
All right, thank you. Mr. Dixon said something that you need to dream big and live the dream. You said something about becoming the president of the Republic of Turkey, and I think, well,
it's very possible.
I wouldn't say it's not possible. Outside there, is it possible? All right, the summary is that you can be whatever you dream of. If you dream little, you become little. Somebody says, aim
for
the sky. And if at all you cannot get the sky, at least you can get the skyscraper. So at least if you aim very, very big, you want to own, a transport company that owns like 500 fleets of buses. And at least if at all you cannot really achieve that, you can end up achieving like 300 to 400 if you cannot get to 500.
Yes.
So, but the problem is if you don't really dream big, you might not really achieve anything this year. You will be circling in that. All right, let me quickly go into the next one, which is the third one, setting new goals. There are so many things attached to setting new goals. And we have different kinds of goals. We have the long-term goals. We have the short-term goals. We have the one that you can just place on yourself, okay, your goal might be even on daily basis. As I am going out today, this is what I want to do. Your goal might be on weekly basis. This is what I want to achieve this week. Your goal might be monthly basis. This month of January, though it's almost ending now, this is what I want to do. And probably in the first 3 months of 2022, this is what I want to place before God, believing God and the capacity He has given to me. I want to be this. So you might not really start by, setting a very long time goal, 10 years in whatever, no. Let us start setting it. Okay, in 3 months I want to be this. Before 6 months in this year I want to be this. At the end of this year I want to be this. It's very, very important for you to set new goals this year. And one of the features that really shows that you are in your growth zone is that you are no longer convenient with what you are achieving. You want to set new goals. You want to set new plans. So ask yourself now, am I even setting a goal? How do I even plan for the journey of 2022? Listen, this thing is brought to you early because the journey this year is far and not far again. Before you know that we are in June, July. So January is ending. How well have you planned your life?
Yes.
How well have you set your goal? What are the goals you have set for the first 3 months of this year? What are the goals you have set for the first 6 months of this year? And even at the end of this year, what have you planned to achieve? And that is why we tag the show Checkmate. Check yourself, check the level you are, check where you are coming from, and check where you are going. Over to you, Mr. Dixon.
Okay, the last thing I'm going to add is kind of similar to what you just said. Is that conquer objectives. What are objectives? What are your objectives? And for me, I believe that objectives are the little things that you complete. They're small tasks that you complete in your life. Okay, so for instance, when you wake up in the morning, the first objective is to lay your bed. That is one, you've completed it. The next objective is to maybe brush your teeth, take your shower, have breakfast. Complete. So the objectives is not necessarily what you want to obtain or you want to complete in 10 years, but it can be what you want to achieve in a day. Maybe the objective is to read 500 books in a year. You need to start somewhere in a day. Now, set these objectives and complete them. But remember, the objectives must be according to the goals that you have for your life. Once you are able to do that, then it is checkmate.
All right, thank you, Mr. Dixon. So our viewers outside there, somebody says, making excuses is for failures. Do you agree to this statement? That excuses are made by failure. What's your take on this? Leave it behind in the comment section, and we're going to go through it. Thanks for joining us today on that wonderful topic, the big question. I think I've been able to bring to you today the big question, which is why? Why you used to be what you used to be, yes. Why you are here in this position now, and why you need to become that which you deserve. Not only even what you desire now, what you deserve. Thank you one more time, and I want to really encourage you that 2022 must surely obey. One more time, my name is Pius Adaka Emmanuel, and
my name is Dixon Kwame Nanyako.
Same time next week, join us on this show as we dig deep into another wonderful topic with Miss Oyebode Okpeyemi. God bless you.
Bye-bye.